So it's Diego and Fabia, I think it's Fabia, but obviously there's just so many different things we could talk about. I don't even know where to start. I mean, there's obviously the Diego part. We all love Diego. He's a legend of the sport. And then so there's that respect, and we love Diego. Then there's the part of Fabia. He has points. Is he going about it the right way? And then he doesn't have some points. It's a mixture of just so many different things. Now he's gotten to the point where, and he wants to come back on the show, but I don't want negative vibes on the show, and I know it's going to be. There's no way we're not going to be more negative than we were the first podcast to people. So I just don't want that energy on here. But like, they're attacking people now. So instead of just being mad at the UFC, they're attacking, like, one of the things they attacked was like Matt Serra, Joe Rogan, and Dana for being on steroids and growth hormone, which is like, they're not competing. Who cares? Then he just attacked Donald Cerrone and played a video of him saying the N-word, backstage or something like that. I don't know why he's attacking Donald Cerrone. So it's like, I don't know what's going on, because this guy's supposed to be so positive and positive energy. And I know Diego would never say these things. Like, I've known Diego for so long, and we've done charity events together. We've done speaking events together, and he's always been so positive and so nice, and this guy's supposed to be bringing more positivity to him. Then you got the whole hanging upside down, getting punched in the face and getting kicked while you're hanging upside down. There's so many things that go into it. Just what's your thoughts? I know you did say that he had some good points. Everybody obviously thinks there's got to be some good points in there, but how do you think that I saw an article where you said he had some good points, but what is your overall thoughts on everything as far as what he's saying and how he's handling it? He got paid from the UFC. As you know, I think that your point was they're not going to call him and pick up his phone. We all know that. We know the UFC is done with him. What's he trying to do now? And is it the right thing to do? Or should he just move on?
Like, what he's trying to do now is it's ridiculous. They just need to move on. And the problem is, though, is they're not willing to move on. Joshua Fabia has made it about him. It's not about him. It's about Diego Sanchez. And when you start making it about you, and you're not even irrelevant. You're no one of importance. He's irrelevant to the sport itself. Yeah. Diego hasn't won with him in his corner. So obviously, whatever it is you're doing, you're not doing anything right. So there's what I meant by he has some points. He has some points in terms of, like, about Dana's not going to pick up the call. Right. That's one. Dana doesn't care anymore. He's totally moved on. Doesn't matter what he says. Dana has been able to, not just about anything. It could be just about anything. Like going back early for to have fights. With COVID, having live gates, like doing all these things. It's just slid off of Dana. Yeah. But the thing is, he's also leading the way, and you can't be mad at it. All the other things are irrelevant, whether he's having sex with fighters in blah, 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 or whoever else that works for the company, all that other shit. Guess what? That's all personal adult shit, like right there. If you're a fighter, you're over 18, and nobody can confirm, that if it did happen. And everyone knows, like, I'm not a big, like, Dana and I are not fans of each other, I don't think, but I don't have a problem with him. It's just like, but that's not something I would get into. It doesn't matter if he was, hooking up with fighters, or hooking up with staff, or hooking up with whoever. That's no one else's damn business. Right. And if the other party hasn't come forward and said anything, then who gives a shit? So this guy's just trying to start more shit, cause more drama, get more attention, have the media more about him, and Diego is just standing idly by, just watching it all unfold. And it's unfortunate, because the positive attitude that Dana had, or not Dana, but that Diego had left the sport with, it's gone. And the thing as well, like, I didn't see the video about with Cowboy possibly using the N-word, but like those moments though, like no one knows the setting. Was he talking with friends? Like, let's just say he was talking, with somebody else that that was African American or whatever. Like what if that's their group? What if it's just their group? Everyone. Like, and what are you doing videotaping him? That's kind of creepy also. Like, were you part of the conversation?
I think it was just caught on tape somewhere, and then he heard about it and played it. And I guess I understand that. To answer my own question, why he attacked Cowboy was Cowboy attacked him. So I think he's just attacking people that attacked him. So Matt Serra must have attacked him too. I don't want to attack him, because I have all the respect in the world for him. I just don't get why they're going about it the way they're going about it now, and I don't see what they're going to accomplish by doing that. And exposing Cerrone, if he did say something racist, however long ago it was, whenever it was, doesn't really help his fight. It's not going to get him anything. him being a part of this school of self-awareness and Joshua doing all this stuff together, I don't think, of course they have some people supporting them, whether they're just egging them on to do more crazy stuff or they're actually supporting them. I don't think they're going to grow their brand by doing hateful things to people. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to make money from this in their own.
Swick, nobody is supporting them. People are supporting Diego. It's not a them thing. People are supporting Diego, and that's the thing.
True.
There's a difference. People love all the things that Diego has done for them over the years. What great fights, the energy, the very first Ultimate Fighter winner, those type of things. Those are things that people don't forget, and they want to be on his side. But this is not his coach or whoever this guy is not allowing that. And when you start spewing out just a bunch of negative stuff out there to get more attention, it just lets you know that you basically lost your good standing with the UFC and Dana White and whoever else, because you let this guy step in the middle and start talking. It's becoming all about him. And, I mean, all these other things that you're seeing, like, I feel bad for Diego. This whole hanging down upside down video, getting just lightly slapped in the face.
It was pretty hard. It was kicking him too. Like, it wasn't like.
But still, that's not even like not even so much my point. My point is that, like, when things like this are getting out, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And Fabia has made it all about him.
And another thing that bothers me a little bit is because Fabia has a different personality. He's who he is. Whether he tries to preach that he's positive or not, he's a negative guy. He's very, very negative. I've seen so many videos of him enter a room, like the one with when he did the pre-fight address to the commentators. And he just lashes out cursing and like anger from the start before he even gives them a chance to do anything wrong. And like Felder and some of the other people, they never even commented and did anything wrong. So he's a very negative person. And the problem is Diego's posting all these stories and like the Cerrone thing and a lot of these other hateful things. And it doesn't say Fabia's posting them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going through Diego and posting them, and it looks like Diego's story, and it doesn't say anything. It's a school of self-awareness, which they both have interest in, but it doesn't say from Fabia. You know what I mean? So it's like Diego's doing something that I know Diego wouldn't do. I know the Diego I know wouldn't be posting stories being so negative and so hateful towards people, and I think that's what's hurting the worst, his reputation. And then a second part is for you, being as experienced as you are in the sport, if you were someone like Scott Coker or another organization head, does this play a role? I mean, would you be quick to bring on Diego now that the UFC dropped him and then he's acting this way? Wouldn't that scare the shit out of you to bring him on and let him possibly get insight in your guys and your organization and then all of a sudden this could happen to you as well? Like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like poison, right? Or no?
Yeah. Okay. So look, this is we also had another fighter who fought with us towards the end of his career, and his identity was fighting, and you see him now, and he'll remain nameless as well. But his identity, his identity was fighting. His identity was the UFC. His identity was pride. His identity was all the things, that made him a fighter. And look, you said the Diego Sanchez that I know, but the problem is that you don't know that Diego anymore.
Yeah,
that's
right.
The problem. And that's the sad part, is that Diego throughout his career has changed just a little bit. And since you've known him, he's not the same Diego anymore. And when you hang your hat on everything about fighting, like anytime I see a fighter with their Twitter handle or their Instagram handle that says UFC in it, I'm like, you're just identifying just as a UFC fighter. What happens when you're not with the UFC anymore?
Yeah, I see that too.
Like, who are you? Who are you? That's the problem. So, that's what changes fighters as a person, as a personality, whatever it is. Like, when they're done with that, they have nowhere to go. They don't know how to hang their hat on a new thing. You know what I mean? So what makes them another person? For the last 15, 20 years, he's been identifying himself as a UFC fighter. Now he's not that. And Joshua Fabia is making it worse, because he has nothing. He thought he was going to be able to ride this train a little bit longer. And really, I'm just being honest, man. When I said Joshua Fabia had some points, I meant like points about like medical stuff, and and you can tell like Diego doesn't seem the same person as if when he was the Ultimate Fighter. No matter how much you like and want to watch him fight, you got to be real with the reality of the situation. Diego's taken a lot of damage. And so that scares a lot of people. And when you start asking the UFC for private medical information that their doctors have and all this other stuff, those are the things that people, if I was a promotion, those are the things I'd be concerned about. And if I was another promotion, there's absolutely no way I would sign him. Absolutely. Not just based off of like some previous medical stuff, but you can tell that Diego is not, that he has some issues. You know, anytime you allow someone like this, and this is a very like cultish type thing, you know, where you kind of allow someone to overtake, whether it's your social media, overtake your interviews, you know, it goes to show. The old Diego that you knew wouldn't allow that.
Yeah.
He would make it about him. He would make it the fact that he is a fighter. You know what I mean? And so that's what he would do.